to another video. Today I'm going to be analyzing one of my games against the 1300. So let's get started. So first of all, I play e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, the Italian game. I go c3, I go knight f6, I go d4, attacking the center. They take my pawn. I push my pawn to e5 and move their, and they attack my bishop, which is usually what you play. You want to attack their bishop. I took, they take, and then the rook would go to g8, attacking my pawn to take it back. But I go bishop back, which was not a good move. Instead of going here, I could have went bishop to b5, pinning it, and it's still attacking the knight on f6, but I didn't really realize that. So I just go back, and then the knight jumps into the center. I take the pawn on d4. The bishop checks, and then I block with my bishop. If I go knight to c3, they would takes, forking my rook and king. If I block, I take my rook, and then I take back, and they're up 3 points of material. But this is why I blocked with my bishop. So then they take with the bishop. They're supposed to be taking with the knight, and I take back, and then they'd move their, and then they keep the pin, but then I just castle eventually. But they took with the bishop, which was a mistake, making my queen come into the game. And then they castle, I castle, bring the bishop to g4. I bring my bishop back. This isn't that good because it's like nothing is being pinned, but if they did take and my bishop wasn't there, then I'd have a double pawns, and then queen would come out. So that's why I moved my bishop back to d1. And then they push their f4 pawn, f5 pawn, and then I push my rook to e1. They take, I take. They go rook to e8. I try and push my pawn to b5 so then I could push my e6 pawn. They push their a6 pawn, I push my a4 pawn, and then they go b5, which is a blunder after takes, rook takes, queen takes, check, king moves, which is what happened. Except, yeah, the king moved here. So then I just go rook to c1 so I can get a piece. And then I feel like if they were to move their rook, my thought process is if they went rook here, and then I do something like king to h1, they take their rook, I take back, I get mated, so I can't stop it. But then I realized that my queen could defend it, my rook wouldn't drop down. So I did a pointless move here, which was pushing it, because I thought when the rook went here, I pre-moved this move, so that's why I was like, yeah, I made a blunder. And then I push my pawn, try and defend it, so I can push my d5 pawn. And then they try and attack my d pawn. I push my d pawn, and my bishop's just staying there. Nothing can attack it. Nothing with equal value. I check the king. I was wondering if they would go here. I'd come here with the check. They'd go here, and then I would try and check the king, pushing my pawns, and getting this king trapped because it can't go back. Its only move is to go to h6. So if that happened, then I would do that. But they go back to f8. I take the free pawn. They take my pawn, which was free. I had just realized, because if I took, I'd lose my queen to this. This would be the position. 2 passed pawns. They have a queen though, which can stop it easily because they just take this one pawn. So I just have 1 passed pawn here. So I didn't want to go into that position. So I just moved my queen up, attacking their 1 pawn. and then they move their rook to f6. I try and go for the rook to e8 so I can fork them. They move their queen. I have to defend the two pawns. So I could have went back with my queen, but yeah, that this is blunder because actually no, not the blunder yet. But the king f7, I go queen to e5, trying to trade queens, and then I make the blunder here. Queen to b6, forking these two pieces. So yeah, I messed up here. So then what they should have done, what Stockfish is saying, is to go queen here. But I feel like taking it would be better. But yeah, and then I would take the free pawn with check though. And then king would go either here, or he could run the king out, or he could just run the king here. But that would blunder. This, and then there's gonna be some checkmate. Also, I just realized you can't even do here because I blundered the rook. But this doesn't happen. I just go for the check, and then red to left queens because I feel like I'm in a better position. I don't know why they wouldn't. They should have taken this pawn, right? Yeah. They should have done that. But I go there. So the three moves I was thinking of was rook to c6, rook to c5, and rook to c1. But I did pick rook to c1, which was the blunder. I should have played rook to c5, but I didn't. So they take the pawn. I'm pushing it into a push position. The rook and the king would have to try and stop it. I go king e7. I go king g3, trying to take this pawn. I go king to d6. I go king to g4. They take, takes, takes, and then we offered a draw because it was like basically even. Like I guess I could have tried something here, like this. It would have become this position, and then we just try and do stuff like this. And then it become a draw about here. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed me analyzing my position against the 1300. Have a good day.